All right, welcome back to another episode of Deep Within the Man Cave. Tonight, I'm not in the studio, as you can tell. I decided to chill upstairs for a bit. And yeah, so tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about rewriting your story and the stories that you tell yourself. I heard this on a great podcast, and I've been thinking about it for the last week and a half or so on how you can reinvent yourself. So basically, is the things that happened in the past. You can't go back. You can't change anything. But that isn't your, that's not the nail in the coffin, so to say. You can decide to change, rewrite your story, how it ends. The past is just another chapter, the chapter of a book that, it's gone. Has your past has brought you to where you are, and things have made you, the circumstances of your past have brought you to the way you are now. Whether it's, numerous things, right? But the thing is you do not have the stories that you've told yourself about why things have happened and why you are in a place you are just that. They're stories. They're your stories, the stories that you're telling yourself. And in some cases, some people tend to think living the story that they've told themselves and that they've told others is more important than rewriting the story. So the example that I heard on the podcast was, like a lot of us, this person grew up not a ton of money. This was back when Jordans were popular. I had to have them too. Spent a ton of money and they got stolen a week later. And I couldn't tell my mom or my dad that they got stolen because I felt terrible because they were gone and they spent a ton of money on them, and we didn't have that kind of money. But I begged and stuff like that, so I just pretended that they wore out. So basically the story was that this person, they didn't have a ton of money. They wanted the Jordans like everyone did back sort of in my junior high days. This was similar time. Basketball was getting big and everybody wanted Jordans. This person couldn't get them because of course they didn't have, the funds. Back then a pair of Jordans was like almost $200, and that's a ton of money to spend on a pair of shoes. So this person has developed the story that they told himself that he could never get a pair of Jordans because they didn't have the money. He didn't have the money. They were too expensive. They were just a shoe. So that's what it. And fast forward like 15 years later, this person's running multi-million-dollar companies. He's got more money than he knows what to do with, and he just realized that the story he'd been living this story that he was telling himself that Jordans were too expensive, and he could never get a pair because they were just too expensive, and That's the story. He was more sort of married to the story than the reality is. Now he could buy like 100 pair of Jordans and it wouldn't matter. Um, so like the story or the moral is things that we say ourselves are in our control to change. Um, and sometimes maybe we like the story of, oh, I can't do this because it costs too much money, and or those people are rich, or people that have money or tend to be assholes, or whatever. Um, I mean, there's assholes that have zero money. I mean, whether you're an asshole or not doesn't matter if you have money or not. Um, and I mean, I know the financial thing is something that I struggle with, and um, I'm working on that. I'm digging deep into thinking why I can't have success, and I'm not sure exactly what that is yet, but um, somewhere in my subconscious, I've been telling myself that I'm not worthy of success. I'm not exactly sure why or how, but I've narrowed it down to that. So that's what I'm working on now. So this is the story that I've been telling myself, is that I'm not, you know, success is for somebody else, not me, which is bullshit, because success is for me and success is for you. Love is for you. Love is for me. Being financially stable is for everyone. Everybody can do it, but we tell each other a story um, that um, that we can't, or that's only for rich people, or that doesn't happen here, or I'm not worthy of it. We create this story to make ourselves feel better, for one, protecting ourselves, which is what the subconscious does. Um, and um, basically, it's kind of an excuse. It's allowing ourselves to like, oh yeah, buying a pair of Air Jordans, only rich people can do that. I don't have millions of dollars in the bank, so I don't have to worry about buying a pair of Jordans because it's never going to happen. I'm like, I mean, if you have a paper route, you can buy a pair of Jordans. You probably go around picking up recycling pop cans, and in a day you could probably have enough for a pair of Jordans, right? Like, there's ways of doing it, but you're stuck on this story that you can't have them. You can't have that life that you want because only jerks end up with the hot girls and all that stuff, and I'm not a jerk. Well, guess what? Jerks are jerks, and pretty soon people will find out, and their true colors will story. You know, you as a person are more than worthy of having the most beautiful woman or the most beautiful man, you know, the best house or whatever. You're just telling yourself a story that you're not. And I'm here to tell you that you are. Um, Abundance, whatever that means to you. It could be success, it could be financial freedom, whatever it is. Um, Rewrite the story. If you're telling yourself that you don't deserve this stuff or you can't, well, I'm telling you that you can. You just have to choose to. Is the story more important than your wants, or is it time to get your butt in work and figure out how to do it and just push and push? And the more you do that, the more opportunities open up. So you have the perfect opportunity to rewrite your story, rewrite what you tell yourself and you tell others, and the way you go about doing this. If you, I know I've mentioned this before, if you're looking, like you have an idol or somebody that you are very into, and you were like, you wish you could be like that person or have those qualities, look into them. Look into it. You know, you can decide today that, yeah, okay, I like this and this about this person. I like the way they dress or whatever. You know what? Start dressing with like that. You don't have to spend a ton of money or anything like that. And then when you do these kind of things, that boosts your self-confidence, it boosts your self-worth, more opportunities open because you're more open to seeing opportunities and all this stuff. And that's how you can start rewriting your story. Now, yeah, it's just a matter of deciding whether the story is more important or time to rewrite the story. And it's not going to happen the minute you decide you're going to rewrite your story. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take perseverance. And if you keep doing it, it will happen. When you start recognizing things happening and stuff like that, the more opportunities you take when things arise, the more opportunities pop up. You see, opportunities are all around us, but the more opportunities you take to improve yourself or to do whatever, to change, to rewrite something, then more opportunities are sort of awakened by doing these things. You know, you could say that you needed a new job, but you don't know what to do. Say you like to draw cartoons or something like that. So you draw a few cartoons, you post them online, whatever. Somebody says, "Hey, those are really good. We need to, you know, I work for a magazine that, we could use some of these things." Boom. You take that opportunity to maybe contact this person, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, now you're a feature writer of this magazine and you have whatever. Opportunities, seek other opportunities. They open up doors that, well, you just got to step out of your comfort zone, change the story you're telling yourself, and yeah, it's time to rewrite it. If you're not happy where you are, it's time to rewrite that story. And yeah, so that's it for tonight. I'm gonna keep it short for today. Hope everyone's doing good, and remember to reach out, especially in these hard times. Be grateful for every day and everything in your day, even the hard things. And yeah, you guys check in on your friends and your family, make sure everyone's doing okay. If you have any questions or comments, please comment on the link below on the YouTube channel and share it if you think somebody could use this. And yeah, if you do not want to share on the YouTube page, you can send me an email at deepwithinthemancave@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. Until then, take care of each other.